Hey everyone, and welcome back. As we get ready to say goodbye to 2024 and hello to a brand new year, I'm curious, are you feeling that itch to set some big goals for yourself?
Absolutely.
I know I am, and it just so happens that's exactly what we're diving into today.
Perfect timing.
Right. We've got this awesome source, Setting Goals for 2025, How to Achieve Success in the New Year. And let me tell you, it's packed with some seriously insightful stuff.
Oh, yeah. It goes way beyond your typical New Year's resolutions.
Way beyond.
The one thing that really stood out to me was how much it emphasizes reflection before even thinking about new goals.
Oh, totally. It's like taking a deep breath and really assessing where we're at before we start mapping out the next adventure.
Exactly. It's about understanding what really worked for us in 2024.
Yeah.
What didn't quite hit the mark and why.
Mhm.
And, this reflection can reveal patterns in our successes and challenges, which is super valuable for making smarter choices in 2025.
Okay, so let's say we've done that reflection. We've taken stock of our wins, our lessons learned, the whole 9 yards now. How do we start looking ahead?
Well, the source points out that each year brings its own unique set of opportunities,
Okay,
almost like a fresh wave of possibilities rolling in.
I like that.
And for 2025, they highlight three major themes that are really worth considering as we're setting goals:
Okay, lay it on me.
sustainability,
Okay.
AI integration,
All right.
and global connectivity.
Wow, big stuff.
Yeah. So let's start with sustainability. I'm really excited about the idea of weaving that into our goals.
I am too. It feels like a natural evolution, you know? Like how can we not only achieve our own personal goals, but also contribute to a more sustainable future?
Absolutely. And the source gives some really practical examples of how to do that.
Oh, perfect.
It could be something as simple as, significantly reducing your plastic use,
Okay.
or consciously choosing to support businesses that are committed to eco-friendly practices.
Right, making those conscious choices.
Exactly. Or maybe it's about taking it a step further and getting actively involved in environmental initiatives in your local community.
Right, get out there and make a difference.
Yeah. And then there's this whole world of AI integration,
Oh, yeah.
which honestly feels a little mind-blowing at times.
A little bit.
It is incredible how rapidly AI is evolving.
It really is.
The source suggests exploring tools like Notion AI, which is an amazing AI-powered platform for organizing thoughts and managing tasks.
Oh, helpful.
Incredibly helpful for streamlining your workflow and staying on top of your goals.
Oh, and I know a lot of folks are curious about language learning apps that use AI for personalized lessons that could be a game changer,
Absolutely.
right? Imagine having a language tutor that's available 24/7
Oh, yeah.
and adapts to your specific learning style.
That would be amazing.
And then we have global connectivity,
Yes.
which is really about embracing the fact that we're all increasingly interconnected,
Yeah.
no matter where we are in the world.
Exactly.
This opens up so many possibilities for collaborating on projects with people from different cultures, attending virtual conferences, and even just making friends online who share your interests.
It really does. It's like the world is becoming our collaborative workspace.
It really is, which is so cool. Okay, so we've reflected on the past, explored some of the exciting opportunities that 2025 has in store. Now let's get down to the nitty-gritty of setting those goals.
All right, let's do it.
The source dives into this concept of smarter goals, which I have to admit I'd never heard of before.
Oh, it's a really interesting twist on the traditional SMART goals framework,
Okay.
which stands for specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound.
We've probably all encountered that one in some
Right,
manner.
exactly. But the smarter framework takes it a step further by adding evaluate and reward.
Okay, so evaluate and reward. What exactly do those entail?
So evaluate means regularly checking in on your progress and making adjustments to your approach as needed.
Gotcha.
It's about recognizing that things don't always go exactly according to plan, and that's okay.
For sure.
We need to be flexible and willing to adapt.
Makes sense. And reward is all about celebrating those wins along the way. Right?
Exactly. It's about acknowledging your accomplishments and giving yourself a little pat on the back to keep that motivation high.
Yes.
It could be something as simple as treating yourself to a nice dinner after hitting a major milestone, or finally buying that gadget you've been eyeing.
Okay, so instead of a vague goal like improve my fitness, a smarter goal would be something like I'll run a 5K in under 25 minutes by June 2025, evaluating my progress monthly and rewarding myself with some new running gear after each training milestone.
Now that's a smarter goal. You've got the specific target, the timeline, the plan for evaluation, and even the built-in reward system.
Love it.
You're setting yourself up for success.
And it feels much more actionable and motivating than just a vague intention. And, as we're thinking about setting these ambitious goals for ourselves, The source brings up a really important point that sometimes gets overlooked:
What's up?
prioritizing well-being.
Oh, that's huge.
In our constantly on go, go, go world, it's easy to get so caught up in achieving external goals that we forget to take care of our mental and physical health.
It's absolutely crucial to remember that well-being is not just an add-on or a bonus, it's the foundation for everything else we do.
Totally.
If we're not feeling our best physically and mentally, it's much harder to achieve anything else, let alone enjoy the journey.
Yeah, it's like that saying, you can't pour from an empty cup.
Yeah.
So what are some practical ways we can build well-being into our goal-setting process for 2025?
The source suggests incorporating daily mindfulness practices, which could be anything from meditation to journaling to simply spending a few minutes each day in quiet reflection. It's about creating those pockets of stillness amidst the busyness of life.
I've definitely noticed a difference in my own life when I prioritize those mindfulness moments. It's like hitting the reset button for my mind.
Yeah.
And speaking of boundaries, the source also emphasizes the importance of setting clear boundaries between our work life and personal life.
That's so important, especially in today's hyper-connected world. It's easy for those lines to get blurred, which can lead to burnout and resentment. Setting boundaries is about protecting our time and energy so that we can show up fully in all areas of our lives.
And of course, let's not forget about the importance of making time for hobbies and activities that bring us pure joy.
Yes. Those are the things that nourish our souls and keep us feeling energized and inspired, whether it's painting, hiking, playing music, or volunteering in your community. Whatever lights you up, make time for it.
So we've talked about reflection, exploring opportunities, setting smarter goals, and prioritizing well-being. Now let's dive into a topic that I find both exciting and a little bit daunting: leveraging technology to help us achieve our goals. It feels like there's a whole universe of tools and apps out there, and it can be hard to know where to even start.
It's true the tech landscape is constantly evolving, but that also means there are more options than ever to find tools that really align with our individual needs and preferences. The source specifically highlights AI-powered tools as being particularly helpful for task management and progress tracking.
Right, like Notion AI, which we mentioned earlier. What are some other examples of AI-powered tool that can help us stay on top of our goals?
Todoist is another great one. It's a super intuitive task management app that uses AI to help you prioritize tasks, schedule deadlines, and even collaborate with others on projects. And if you're looking for a tool that specifically helps with habit formation, there's Habitica, which turns your to-do list into a fun and engaging game.
I love that. It's like gamifying productivity, which sounds way more appealing than just staring at a boring old to-do list. And of course, we can't forget about wearable devices, which have become so sophisticated in tracking our fitness levels, sleep patterns, and all sorts of other health metrics.
Wearables can be incredibly valuable for anyone who has goals related to their physical health. Having that data at your fingertips can be incredibly motivating and can help you make adjustments to your routines as needed.
And then there's the whole world of online communities, which can be such a powerful source of support and accountability as we're working towards our goals.
Absolutely. Connecting with like-minded people who are on similar journeys can be incredibly inspiring and encouraging. It's a reminder that we're not alone in this, and it can help us stay motivated, especially when we encounter those inevitable challenges along the way.
Okay, so let's say we've got our smarter goals all set. We're prioritizing well-being, we're leveraging tech to help us stay on track. But sometimes those big year-long goals can feel a little overwhelming, Like, where do we even begin?
I hear you. That's where the source's next tip comes in, breaking those big goals down into smaller, more manageable quarterly milestones. It's about creating a roadmap for success one step at a time.
That makes so much sense. It's like tackling a big project, breaking it down into smaller phases, makes it feel less daunting and more achievable. So walk us through how this might work in practice.
Let's say one of your big goals for 2025 is to advance your career. You could break that down into quarterly milestones. Maybe in Q1, you focus on completing a certification course to enhance your skills. Then in Q2, you use those new skills to launch a personal project that showcases your abilities. Q3 could be dedicated to networking and exploring potential job opportunities. And then Q4 is all about reflecting on your accomplishments and setting the stage for even bigger goals in 2026.
I love that. It's a clear and structured approach that feels both motivating and realistic. And, no matter how meticulously we plan, there are always going to be bumps in the road, setbacks that we couldn't have anticipated. That's why the source emphasizes the importance of fostering resilience, that ability to bounce back from challenges and keep moving forward.
Resilience is absolutely essential for achieving any goal, especially those big, audacious ones that push us outside of our comfort zones. It's about having that mental and emotional fortitude to keep going even when things get tough.
So how can we cultivate resilience? What are some practical strategies we can use?
The source suggests a few key strategies. One is viewing setbacks as learning opportunities rather than failures. It's about asking ourselves, okay, what can I learn from this experience? How can I adjust my approach moving forward?
That's such a powerful mindset shift. It's about reframing those challenges as valuable lessons. What else can we do to build resilience?
Practicing gratitude is another powerful tool. Taking time each day to acknowledge the things we're grateful for can help us maintain a more positive outlook. Even when we're facing difficulties, it's about focusing on the good, even amidst the challenges.
I love that gratitude has such a profound impact on our well-being.
Yeah.
And then there's the importance of building a strong support system, surrounding ourselves with people who believe in us and will cheer us on even when we stumble.
Having a supportive network of friends, family mentors, or even online communities can make all the difference. It's about knowing that we're not alone in this journey, that we have people we can turn to for encouragement and guidance.
Okay, so we've talked about resilience now. Let's tackle one of the biggest challenges we face in today's world. Staying focused amidst a constant barrage of distractions. I mean, let's be real. Our phones are practically glued to our hands these days, and there's always something vying for our attention.
You're telling me it's a real struggle to maintain focus in our hyper-connected world, but the source offers some really practical solutions for minimizing distractions and creating a more focused environment for ourselves.
Okay, I'm all ears. What are some of their suggestions?
One of the simplest yet most effective strategies is setting dedicated focus hours for working on goal-related tasks. During these times, we eliminate all distractions, no phone, no social media, no email, just pure, uninterrupted focus on the task at hand.
I love that. It's about creating those sacred pockets of time where we can fully immerse ourselves in our work. What are some other tips for minimizing distractions?
Creating a clutter-free workspace can also make a huge difference when our physical environment is organized and tidy. It can help reduce mental clutter and create a sense of calm and focus.
I'm a big believer in that. I find that I'm so much more productive when my desk is clean and everything has its place. But let's be honest, sometimes willpower alone isn't enough to resist those digital temptations. Are there any tech tools that can help us stay focused?
Absolutely. For those of us who struggle with digital distractions, there are some amazing tools out there. Focus at Will, for example, uses scientifically designed music to help you concentrate and improve your focus. And then there's Freedom, which allows you to block distracting websites and apps for specific periods of time.
Those tools sound like game changers. It's like giving ourselves that extra boost of support to stay on track. Now, here's a question that I think gets to the heart of why we set goals in the first place. Aligning our goals with our core values, it's about making sure that the goals we're pursuing are truly in sync with who we are at our deepest level.
That's such an important point. It's not just about achieving something, it's about pursuing something that truly matters to us, something that resonates with our values and our vision for our lives.
The source poses some really thought-provoking reflection questions to help us with this alignment process. One of the questions is, what drives me at a fundamental level? What are those core values that guide my decisions and actions?
That's a great question to sit with for a while. It's about getting clear on what truly matters to us, what motivates us, what makes us feel alive.
Another question they pose is, how can my goals reflect my personal or professional mission? How can I use my goals as a way to contribute to something larger than myself?
That's about connecting our goals to a sense of purpose, to something that gives our lives meaning and direction. It's about using our talents and passions to make a positive impact on the world.
And finally, they ask, what legacy do I want to build in 2025 and beyond? What impact do I want to have on the world, on my community, on the people I care about?
That's a powerful question to reflect on. It's about thinking about the ripple effects of our actions, about how our choices today can shape the future we want to create.
Those questions really make you think, don't they? And if we're talking about aligning our goals with a sense of purpose, the source also highlights the importance of committing to continuous learning. It's about recognizing that learning isn't just something we do in school or at work. It's a lifelong journey of growth and expansion.
That's so true in today's rapidly changing world. Continuous learning is more important than ever. It's about staying curious, adaptable, and open to new ideas and perspectives.
So what are some practical ways we can integrate continuous learning into our goal-setting process? What are some specific strategies we can use?
The source suggests a few key strategies. One is enrolling in online courses or workshops that align with our goals and interests. There are so many incredible online learning platforms available these days that offer courses on virtually any topic imaginable.
I'm a huge fan of online learning. It's such a flexible and accessible way to expand our knowledge and skills. What are some other strategies for continuous learning?
Reading books or listening to podcasts related to our goals is another great way to stay informed and inspired. And of course, seeking out mentorship or coaching can provide personalized guidance and support as we're working towards our goals.
I love that. It's about recognizing that we don't have to do this alone. There are so many resources and people out there who can support us on our learning journeys. Okay, we've covered a lot of ground here. Reflection opportunities, smarter goals, well-being, leveraging tech-breaking goals into milestones, fostering resilience, minimizing distractions, aligning goals with core values, and committing to continuous learning. Whew, it's a lot to take in.
It is a lot.
But the source doesn't stop there. They actually offer a bunch of specific goal ideas for 2025, little nuggets of inspiration to get our creative juices flowing.
Yeah, it's like a buffet of options tailored to different areas of our lives. They have ideas for everything from exploring sustainability initiatives to strengthening community engagement to focusing on financial literacy to embracing digital wellness to planning for our long-term vision.
Okay, let's dive into some of those specific goal ideas, starting with sustainability initiatives. What are some examples of goals we might consider in that realm?
They suggest things like significantly reducing your plastic use, which could involve switching to reusable containers, shopping at bulk stores, or choosing products with minimal packaging.
Okay.
Composting is another great option. It's a fantastic way to reduce food waste and create nutrient-rich soil for your garden.
I love that.
And of course, supporting local farmers markets is a great way to reduce your carbon footprint and support local businesses.
All great ideas.
Yeah.
What about strengthening community engagement? What are some goals we might set in that area?
Volunteering is always a fantastic way to give back to your community and make a difference. You could also consider joining a neighborhood group or participating in local events. It's a great way to meet new people and get involved in your community.
Awesome. And for those of us who want to get our finances in order, they have some great suggestions for goals related to financial literacy.
They encourage creating a budget, which is essential for tracking your income and expenses and making sure you're not overspending. Learning about investing is another great goal. It's about building long-term wealth and securing your financial future. And of course, if you have debt, working towards paying it down can be incredibly empowering and freeing.
Right, get that debt out of the way.
Yeah, and then there's digital wellness, which is so important in today's digital age. What are some goals we might set in that area?
Yeah, give us the rundown.
They suggest setting screen time limits for yourself, which can help you break free from that constant scroll and reclaim your time and attention. Practicing mindful tech use is another great goal. It's about being more intentional about how and when we use technology. And of course, taking those much-needed digital detox breaks can do wonders for our mental and emotional well-being.
How about balance,
Right, exactly. And finally, they encourage us to think beyond 2025 and plan for our long-term vision. What are some goals we might set in that realm?
Yeah, where do we go from there?
It's about asking ourselves those big picture questions. Where do I see myself in 5 years, 10 years? What kind of impact do I want to make on the world? What legacy do I want to leave behind?
Ooh, those are big questions.
They are.
It's about connecting our goals to a larger vision for our lives, a sense of purpose that extends beyond a single year. Okay, we've explored all these incredible tips and strategies for setting goals for 2025, but now what? Where do we go from here?
Well, this is where you come in. We've given you the tools, the insights, the inspiration. Now it's time for you to take action.
Why, put it into practice?
Exactly. What are those things you want to achieve in 2025? What steps can you take today to start moving in that direction?
I love that it's like we've planted the seeds and now it's up to you to nurture them and watch them grow.
Exactly. And remember, it's okay to start small. Don't feel overwhelmed by the big picture. Just pick 1 or 2 goals that resonate with you and start brainstorming some action steps. What's one small step you can take today to move closer to your goal?
And don't be afraid to experiment. Try different approaches. See what works for you. Goal setting is a journey, not a destination. It's about continuous learning, adapting, and growing along the way. There's no right or wrong way to do it. It's about finding what works best for you and your unique circumstances.
I love that reminder. There's no one-size-fits-all approach to goal setting. It's about finding what resonates with you, what aligns with your values, and what inspires you to take action. And remember, we're here to support you along the way. This deep dive has given you a roadmap for success, but the real journey begins when you put these ideas into practice.
So what are you waiting for? Grab a notebook, open up your favorite note-taking app, and start dreaming big. 2025 is full of potential, and you have the power to make it your best year yet. And as you start thinking about those goals, I want to leave you with one final thought, something to really chew on. We've talked a lot about setting goals for ourselves, but how can we inspire others to set and achieve their own goals in 2025? How can we create a ripple effect of positive change, not just in our own lives, but in the lives of those around us?
That's a wonderful question to ponder. Perhaps it's through sharing our own journeys, offering encouragement and support, or simply creating a space where people feel safe to dream big and pursue their passions. Maybe it's about celebrating each other's successes and offering a helping hand when someone stumbles.
Exactly. Goal setting isn't just about individual achievement. It's about collective growth and transformation. It's about lifting each other up and creating a world where everyone feels empowered to reach their full potential. Let's make 2025 a year where we all rise together supporting each other every step of the way.
I couldn't agree more. And on that note, we'll leave you to ponder those questions and start crafting your vision for an incredible 2025. Happy New Year, everyone.
Happy New Year.